Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to this meditation magic channel. To start with, I bow down humbly to all the seen and unseen masters and you all viewer gods. So we are trying to connect to author Louise Hay, her book, You Can Heal Your Life. To begin with, let's first connect to the author's consciousness and her state of mind at the time when she wrote the things for which we are here to understand those. It is good to spend some time to connect to her state of consciousness so that we can get better direct messages, what she means, not what I mean, not what I interpret. So let's take a moment. Clasp your hands, close your eyes. Closing your eyes, deep breath in. Exhale, try to exhale twice as much as you inhale. Bring your focus to the breath. Awareness on the breath. We are here to read You Can Heal Your Life book, written by Louise Hay. We humbly salute her, show her complete gratitude for her compassion to have given this amazing message. When we connect to the book completely and with a clean slate kind of a mind, if we can try to understand her, she has given very working kind of thought process which will help us create our life in the best way. We are the creators of our life and we try to create a new healthy life using her thought process, her exercises through this book. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll start reading the book. Yesterday, we saw the exercises that was like watching at our own negativity, from where did it come, and we did a healing session in meditation wherein we were trying to see whether we have forgiven everybody. We did a little bit of mental house cleaning, trying to remove all the negative belief system we had. Today we will continue with this mental house cleaning, and she is trying to explain us how to look at what all the current state of our mind is, of our belief system is. Each one, she's taking one at a time, limiting belief, and she's trying to see where it came from. When we understand the root cause, so that we'll be able to deal with it in a better way. So, some of the belief systems we may be having, not everybody will resonate with each and every belief system. At least for some people, it is true. So we will take here in this general beliefs, and we'll just try to see, reflect on ourselves. If we don't have, we can congratulate ourselves. If somebody has, let them do this exercise. So yeah, we'll Just understand how our mind is working with its limited belief system and how to free ourselves from these limiting beliefs. Limiting belief, I am not good enough. We'll see where it came from. A father who repeatedly told him he was stupid. He said he wanted to be a success so his daddy would be proud of him. But he was riddled with the guilt, which created resentment. And all he could produce was one failure after another. Daddy kept financing businesses for him, and one after another, they failed. He used failure to get even. He made his daddy pay and pay and pay. Of course, he was the biggest loser because he was having that limited belief, right? I am not good enough. When the mind is conditioned under that belief, it can never see the success. Then, limiting belief number 2, lack of self love. Where it came from? This one, in at least out of 1 on 100 or 1 on 10 scale, most of the people will have this. We are not completely appreciating ourselves, right? We have something to say about our body, that this, I should be correcting this, I should be doing this. We have this kind of thing, right? So let us now connect and see that these may always sound, until we appreciate ourselves completely, unless and until we approve ourselves completely, we can't be going ahead in life. Only when I stop judging myself, I can stop judging others. When I judge others, I create negativity for my own self. Yes, this judging, yeah, when you're crossing the traffic signal, that time you have to judge whether it is red or green. That time you need, means what we mean is, for survival purpose, use judgment. But when it comes to relationships and the self, when you look at your own self, at that time we don't need judgments. We need acceptance in relationships and about ourselves. We need judgment and opinions only for survival needs. For example, cooking, for example, driving, and in the job, like that. So there you need judgment and opinions. When it comes to personal relationships, there we need to drop our judgment and opinions. So we'll see where is this lack of self-love coming from. Trying to win daddy's approval, the last thing she wanted was to be like her father. They couldn't agree on anything and were always arguing. She only wanted his approval, but instead, all she got was criticism. Her body was full of pains. Her father had exactly the same kind of pains. She did not realize her anger was creating her pains, just as her father's anger was creating pain for him. See, now the danger of anger. Next belief, limiting belief. Life is dangerous. Some people say, right, life is dangerous. They don't go for swimming, they don't go for jogging, they don't experience new things if though they have. So we are creating unnecessary limiting fears on ourselves. So where is this coming from? Life is dangerous. A frightened father. Another client saw her life as grim and harsh. It was difficult for her to laugh. And when she said she would become frightened that something bad would happen, she has been reared with the admonition, don't laugh or they might get you. Here, I would like to share a very, very important message. Whereas some people do stay in America, right? Sometimes some incident happens and we directly label it as racism. Sometimes we have experienced this in our own home countries. So there are so many examples in our home country also, sometimes we have experienced, but there we don't label things, but here directly we label it as racism. And we ourselves are not living from the fear of racism. And when I in case the parents have that fear of racism, then our kids, how can they stay a fear free life? We don't want them to carry that fear, but we do instill them when we circulate such incidents. Personally, I have been staying here for so many years. I didn't experience any racism. So whenever such messages come, I just step on that boldly and say that we need not circulate this, because I have experienced so much of love from all my neighbors. Whenever I went volunteering in the schools, we were equally received and equally treated well. Positive messages, right? We can share our positive experiences. At that time, we blossom and our kids also blossom and they stay more fear free. So, the next belief system, limiting belief, I am not good enough. Being abandoned and ignored, it was difficult for him to talk. Silence had become a way of life for him. He had just come off drugs and alcohol and was convinced that he was terrible. I discovered his mother had died when he was very young, and he had been reared by an aunt. The aunt seldom spoke except to give an order, and he was brought up in silence. He even ate alone in silence and stayed quietly in his room day after day. He had a lover who was also a silent man, and they spent most of their time alone in silence. The lover died, and once again he was alone. So, here we'll take up a small exercise. The next exercise we do is to get a large sheet of paper and make a list of all the things your parents said were wrong with you. What were the negative messages you heard? Give yourself enough time to remember as many as you can. A half hour usually works well. Okay. What did they say about money? What did they say about your body? What did they say about love and relationships? What did they say about your creative talents? What were the limiting or negative things they said to you? If you can, just look objectively at these items and say to yourself, so that's where that belief came from. Okay. Now, let's take a new sheet of paper and dig a little deeper. What other negative messages did you hear as a child? So, on this paper, you just list a few things from relatives, from teachers, from friends, from authority figures, from your church. Write them all down. Take your time. Be aware of what feelings are going on in your body. What you have on these two papers are the thoughts that need to be removed from your consciousness. These are the very beliefs you have that are making you feel not good enough. Seeing yourself as a child. If we were to take a 3-year-old child and put him in the middle of the room, and you and I were to start yelling at that child, telling him how stupid he was, how could he never do anything right? How he should do this and shouldn't do that? And look at the mess he made, and maybe hit him a few times. We would end up with a frightened little child who sits docilely in the corner or who tears up the place. The child will go one of these 2 days, but we will never know the potential of that child. If we take the same little child and tell him how much we love him, how much we care, that we love the way he looks and love how bright and clever he is, that we love the way he does things, and that's okay for him to make mistakes as he learns, and that we will always be there for him no matter what. Then the potential that comes out of that child will blow your mind. Each one of us has a 3-year-old within us, and we often spend most of our time yelling at that kid in ourselves. Then we wonder why our lives don't work. If you had a friend who was always criticizing you, would you want to be around that person? Perhaps you were treated this way as a child, and that is sad. However, that was a long time ago. And if you are now choosing to treat yourself in the same way, then it is sadder still. So now, here in front of us, we have a list of the negative messages we heard as a child. How does this list correspond with what you believe to be wrong with you? Are they almost the same? Probably yes. We base our life script on our early messages. We are all good little children and obediently accept that they tell us as truth. It would be very easy just to blame our parents and be victims for the rest of our lives. But that wouldn't be much fun. And it certainly wouldn't get us out of our stuck position. So now we'll meditate for few minutes looking at what was going wrong with us. Take some time to note certain main points. So keep a note. Of all the points. As a child that you experienced. So, this exercise, you should give enough time and then reflect. If we can sincerely do this exercise and then work on them, we will be easily free from all those limiting belief system. For example, I was subjected to a society wherein all my cousins were very fair and I was dark skinned, and I used to be teased by everybody. But that didn't depress me because my parents were always liberal in appreciating me and loving me so much. I received so much love from my parents and my siblings that I never gave in to the comments of the society. I used to be directly commented as I used to walk, as I used to play. Here goes the dark skinned one in my mother tongue. But luckily, I didn't get affected by that because the love that I received from the family was giving me so much of confidence. So yeah, if you experience somebody experiencing such things, yeah, now we apply this new thought process of Louis Hay, and now we'll take care of our kids in a very better way. So now the next point is blaming your family. Blame is one of the surest ways to stay in a problem. In blaming another, we give away our power. Understanding enables us to rise above the issue and take control of our future. The past cannot be changed. The future is shaped by our current thinking. It is imperative for our freedom to understand that our parents were doing the best they could with the understanding, awareness, and knowledge they had. Whenever we blame someone else, we are not taking responsibility for ourselves. Those people who did all those terrible things to us were just as frightened and scared as you are. They felt just the same helplessness as you do. Those people who did all those terrible things to us were just as frightened and as scared as you are. So, the only things they could possibly teach you are what they had been taught. How much do you know about your parents' childhood, especially before the age of 10? If it's still possible for you to find out, ask them. If you are able to find out about your parents' childhoods, you will more easily understand why they did what they did. Understanding will bring you compassion. If you don't know and can't find out, try to imagine what it must have been like for them. What kind of childhood would create an adult like that? Yesterday we discussed, right, when I was telling about forgiveness, why how to see forgiveness as, how can we make forgiving others easy? I told you, right, if their situations was my situations, if their environment was my environment, I would behave just the same way as they did. So this thing is there. If you don't know and can't find out, just imagine the other situations. You need this knowledge for your own freedom. You can't free yourself until you free them. You can't forgive yourself until you forgive them. If you demand perfection from them, you will demand perfection from yourself, and you will be miserable all your life. Choosing our parents. I agree with the theory that we choose our parents. The lessons that we learn seem perfectly matched to the weaknesses of the parents we have. I believe we are all on an endless journey through eternity. We come to this planet to learn particularly lessons that are necessary for our spiritual evolution. We choose our sex, our color, our country, and then we look around for the perfect set of parents who will mirror our patterns. Our visits to this planet are like going to school. If you want to become a beautician, you go to a beauty school. If you want to become a mechanic, you go to mechanics. If you want to become a lawyer, you go to law school. The parents you picked up this time around are the perfect couple, you who are experts in what you have chosen to learn. When we grow up, we have a tendency to point our fingers accusingly at our parents and say, "You did it to me." But I believe we chose them. So we will stop at this and meditate on our upbringing, on our childhood, and possibly on those who are you are not able to forgive. Close your eyes, clasp your hands, Sitting comfortably straight, we try to focus our awareness on our breath, and with that awareness, we reflect back on our own childhood and other people who affected us. Hope the sound is good. With a gentle smile on your lips, with loving kindness in your eyes, and the blissful state in your heart. Look at the patterns of your mind, patterns of your emotions, objectively, just like a movie, not being involved in them, not judging them. Just see the emotions, see the thoughts like a movie. Bring your awareness and say to yourself as you inhale, I inhale the healing power of the universe. And as you exhale all the negative limiting beliefs that you have are clearing the body from all the limiting beliefs, are setting yourself free to the positive beliefs. Be healed with the powerful universe. We see ourselves as part of you. You see, to this day, to experience this time, wonderful time, you are assured that Mother Nature is personally taking care of you. Mother Nature has never left you. So trust that universal consciousness and experience the bliss of the consciousness. As you trust the universal consciousness, experience the freedom in the body. go all your negative beliefs. They were just because of the ignorance in the environment we were brought. Now, from this wisdom, we understand always the consciousness is nourishing us, protecting us, and life is always perfect the way it is for us to grow, to learn. Every situation is for our learning, and we create our situations so that we learn from the experience. When you truly, wholeheartedly love the other person, that love you experience. With awareness, see, bring a person whom you hate and visually send him all your love and see, experience what you feel. The more love you send him, the more lightness you experience. It's not the other person that is bringing pain in us. We bring pain to ourselves when we are not in charge of the feelings I generate. So I consciously generate and send love to this person whom I used to hate in the past. I understand today that hatred is my choice, and definitely, consciously, I want only love to be a part of my body. So, in this moment, I choose to generate only love, only purity, only peace, only bliss. When we judge a person, experience the state of mind that the mind which is judging me, the mind that judges negatively, can never be happy. Experience that. At that very instant, if I choose only love, only joy, only bliss, try to judge from that place where you are very, very blissful, and then you will know the difference. First, get your heart to the blissful state, and now you can do. If you want to judge, you can judge, but staying in the bliss. I I choose to radiate only love through my eyes. We grew up in a belief system where anger and hatred were the natural ways to get things done or work done. But now, with a new belief system, we understand and we are convinced that I can get the work done through love. You can use a more dominating or stronger voice, but keep your heart in love. Keeping your heart in love. Outwardly, you can use stronger or dominating tone, but keeping your mind and heart grounded in love. So, being grounded in love is my choice. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love. I live in a paradise of my own creation. Perfect health is my divine right, and I claim it now. Perfect health is my divine right, and I claim it now. Perfect health is my divine right, and I claim it now. The more peaceful I am inside, the more peace I have to share with others. The more peaceful I am inside, the more peace I have to share with others. The more peaceful I am inside, the more peace I have to share with others. I have the courage to live my dreams. I have the courage to live my dreams. I have the courage to live my dreams. I'm constantly discovering new ways to improve my health. I'm constantly discovering new ways to improve my health. I'm constantly discovering new ways to improve my health. I become more lovable every day. I become more lovable every day. I become more lovable every day. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. I now live in unlimited love, unlimited light, and unlimited joy. I now live in unlimited love, unlimited light, unlimited joy. Now flows through my body, healing all diseases. Love flows through my body, healing all diseases. Love flows through my body, healing all diseases. Today, I am at peace. Today, I am at peace. Today, I am at peace. plenty for everyone, and we bless and prosper each other. Plenty for everyone, and we bless and prosper each other. There is plenty for everyone, and we bless and prosper for each other. My life gets more fabulous every day. My life gets more fabulous every day. My life gets more fabulous every day. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is. Last few minutes. लोका समस्ता सुखिनो लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु Slowly we are trying to come out. Gently rub your palms. You can open your eyes gently. I'm thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful for this knowledge. I'm thankful for this time. Wonderful, all participants. So, anybody wants to share anything?
Yeah, it's very wonderful, Bharti.
Thank
The
you.
meditation was so peaceful. I slept off for some time.
Your
I don't know,
voice.
without my knowledge, sleeping.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, very wonderful job you are doing. Really, it is very amazing. I like it very much, Bharti. So peaceful it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
And opened our eyes how to deal with the kids. It's yeah. Because I'm not able to read the books because my eyes are getting strained and I cannot read the book. It's really good tips for us. Very nice, Bharati. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's useful for you. Our time is wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your company.
Okay.
And also, yeah,
I
thank you,
pray
Bharti garu. It was a
God
wonderful
for
session.
you to have a good health to continue this service.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, actually, yeah, I would like to share my own experience that why this time is very wonderful experience for me. When I read this You Can Heal Your Life book, I was so much overwhelmed with joy that I thought I was sharing with my friends that I should uh, distribute these books for a few houses door to door so that they will heal themselves and discover joy in their life. I had expressed this idea 1 year back, and today, unknowingly, I just ended up reading this book, and that's an immense joy for me. I'm so grateful.
Thanks, Bharti garu. The sessions are wonderful. This is the third one or
Fourth one.
fourth one? Okay. Is it possible to share the recording if you have?
Yeah, they are on the YouTube. All 4 episodes are on YouTube.
Okay. So I search by your name or?
Yeah, wisdom sharing from You Can Heal Your Life. That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Because this is something that we have to re-listen. You know, there is so much in one session.
Definitely.
Each sentence takes, some time to implement. It's not about just getting the content.
Yeah, definitely.
So that helps.
Need to sink into that knowledge. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank
kind words. Thank you so much. I'll close this live stream so that in case you have any questions, we can continue. But just live stream, let me close. I don't want to keep it more than